being said, I chose to breastfeed Brooks, and I'm doing the same with my sweet little Annabelle. She's nursing at the moment right now. But one thing that's really given me independence through this process is having a pump, and having a hospital grade pump that really does the job. So I used Modelo with Brooksy, and I'm using it again. And if you see that huge bag back there, that's actually frozen milk, and I have 2 huge bags just like it. And there's more where that came from. I need to get it back in the freezer. But yeah, so the reason that I am pumping is for independence, and for also the freedom to stop a little bit sooner than I may have wanted to. For example, with Brooks, I stopped a few weeks shy of 6 months. I was trying to get to 6 months, and ended up going back to the US for some television work for a week. And I felt like I really just needed to have that independence. It was during really strange hours and things. And I almost made it to 6 months, but not quite. And I have kind of a funny story about it. I'd already been home to North Carolina one time before that, and I'd pumped a ridiculous amount of milk, kind of like this. And my parents bought a Yeti cooler to take the breast milk from North Carolina to the location where I was, because I'd stopped nursing. And that, you know, it really brought me freedom, and made me feel good about what I was kind of going through. Because to be honest, I never got the baby blues with Brooks, and I never have with Annabelle so far. As a baby, but it was really emotional for me actually when I stopped breastfeeding. And part of it is the guilt that's associated with it. But I think really it was just because of hormones, and people don't really talk about that. They don't tell you, but they do warn you about the baby blues that you often get right after the baby's born. And postpartum depression is a very, very real thing. So I don't want to discount that in the slightest. But it was actually really emotional for me when I stopped breastfeeding. I remember crying for like 3 days about it. It was traumatic for me. But all to say, the pump and what I was able to do with the pump and freezing all that milk made me feel better about the process. And when I was nursing Brooks, it was great to be able to just, you know, pump a bottle and give the bottle to my mother-in-law if I was going back to teach a fitness class or something else. I also get often asked about nursing and fitness and what tips I have. One thing is to find a nice sports bra that is comfortable and is big enough, and it's not really tight. You don't want to risk getting mastitis and things. There's so many great brands. In fact, I'm wearing one of the brands right now, Mom Active. But there's a million out there that are really good. They weren't around in years past, but it seems like breastfeeding fashion has really changed as well. So that's another tip that I have. Also, women worry about their supply with exercise and the truth and weight loss. And the truth is, if you are going at a healthy pace, where you are losing your weight at a healthy pace and you're not losing it too quickly, and you are drinking enough water, your supply should, you know, knock on wood, be all right. It's something you want to talk to your doctor about. But my experience on my own, and my experience from the moms that I've talked to, they have said the same thing, the mommies who have taken my classes and are nursing as well. So that's my experience with nursing. And I'm going to let Annabelle get back